June 27th, currently 1400 hours. I have I didn't plan on doing any more videos today, so I might post this tomorrow. But the original outline I had put together, I had forgot some things. And I had mentioned without instructions, or, we all think inside the scope of our mentality, right? So when I listen to people, they put, some words, some phrases they put out, it caused me to go research. I wanna expound on that. I wanna understand it better. This is what this is for. Okay? Understand that everybody you hear speaking, it is easy for them to speak. I am trying to reach my own words and destination. It's easy to speak it, but to walk it, for the most part, I do. For the most part, I do. So, but this is what on the the science of breeding. I had brought up that they bred dogs for the physical attributes, behavior attributes. Look at what we have done. What do the God Rakim, Nas, Prince have in common? What do they have in common? They great as hell, no doubt, but they're second generation artists. So, remember back in the day when we was growing up, our generation didn't say that. You scoring your children. You can be bad all you want to, little motherfucker, but you gonna be dealing with that times two when you get your children, all right? Because that's recorded in your DNA record, your behavior. Okay, if you want to transform our condition, you're gonna have to leave this broken American program alone. You're gonna have to operate by a higher code of behavior. As our scholar Dr. Amos Wilson said, culture is a conspiracy. If you want to transform our condition, you're gonna have to, as an individual, take on a higher code follower. As a child growing up, I knew my mother we was poor. I told my mother when I was 6 years old that you ain't got to get a Christmas tree. She said that was a load off her shoulders. And we ain't had a Christmas tree in our house since 1981. And my sisters, they kind of hold me accountable for that. There's some resentment there, still to this damn day. These motherfuckers are 7 and 9 years older than me. If it come up in conversation, you hear it, crap. But you have to understand, the current atmosphere of today is in the patriot, toxic masculinity propagation. My sister, when our last communication, she told me I broke the family down. I'm like, really? You talking? My oldest sister, the cyclical borrower that burns you and mom out on borrowing till y'all got to block a number or something. And I ain't never done no crap like that, but somehow I didn't save the damn family. I'm please. None accountability, none responsibility. Women. It was a woman on she was, due to the fact that COVID, so she's on Zoom interview to get a job. Her child had got a gun and shot her during the interview. That was a father's gun. Everything was legal. It was in the closet and everything. And you know what people was coming at her? The father should be prosecuted. He wasn't even at home. He was at work. Women are not to be held responsible. The delusion. This shit is sickening on how many levels this manifests. But anyway, that is the breed science that I wanted to share. This is only 5 minutes. I need to put some more on this. I might have to do it tomorrow. But I was look at these videos from YouTube, all the stuff I like from back in the day, because after the mid '90s, same right about the time I had my first child, life went downhill after that because that was the wrong motherfucker to have children with. I haven't liked music no more. I like old school music. When I was in school, I had headphones on listening because I'm an old soul. Can you see the pork chops and you know, wishful fraud. Wish I had 10-inch bop, but you know. I was listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire, Can't Hide Love, man. 11th grade, Hip and Cats. Man, that's jamming, man. Wow. My Audi GT Coupe, I was riding around listening to Manhattan. You know, Last Kiss, Say Goodbye, or something like that. Getting ready to school, listening to Marvin Gaye, You're What's Happening. In high school, in the early '90s. I'm an old soul. I like the music when we loved each other. That's my programming. There was a lady that I was serious with this year. We had oh yeah, we don't make the 11 minutes now, shit. Um, we went to some, we crossed paths at middle school, and I didn't know somehow it was we weren't girlfriend or nothing like that. I used to make fun of her. She was paper, we felt paper thin. Told her, you can take your head off, put it on backwards. You shape the same front or back. Cold, that's what we do as children, unfortunately. You know. But she came out of a mother and father house. But when I met her, I was, 39. It's 2014, and she had 2 children. And she in I call 2014, 2018 our boot camp. Our boot camp. That was some time right there, but it was a lot of appreciation we got out of each other. It lasted and brought us back together. She's a gentle woman. She came out of a mother and father household. Amazingly, her birthday is 2 days from mine. Her name and birthday is the same as my older sister, Amanda, June 12th. Just, of course, different years. So that's going to have a hell of a difference. But when she, in May, she lost her father, and it was too much for her. She just, we went our separate ways on that. But back in that day, you know, before Kevin Samuels, I knew that I cannot get with an established family culture because there's things going on in there because women are nurturers. They're not structured, they're not ordered, they're not the enforcer. Men are. There's things going on there that I wouldn't approve of. And at one point, it was, the children would complain about the things that was changing in the house, and I'm just a visitor. I never stayed there. We was trying to come together and all that because that woman sponsored a lot of internal, not sponsored, but she caused a lot of internal battles in me. She have a lot of things that I wanted in a life partner. That woman had the ability to calm me down, whatever. She hated that when I went home to my mother because, my child support, enslavement and crap, it existing outside the system, DFW, way higher cost of living and crap. You don't have a capital to invest. You got to make something out of nothing. You're not gonna start off big and nothing. So my mother had absolutely no idea how to make a house a home. Again, if you go back in my other videos, I told you about my maternal past. This is not, my grandmother ran her house by splitting up her children like a plantation. She ran her house like a plantation. Have her children fighting each other. Can you imagine your mama telling your oldest brother to hit his sister? That's what my grandmother did. Hit her. Her father entertained himself by making his children fight. That Mandingo shit, that Grand Royale shit that produced Jack Johnson. white folks entertain themselves by making black folks fight. And that shit came in the lineage of my family. My mama said her mother would say, y'all children ain't got no heart, y'all don't fight. Or something like that. I can't get y'all to fight. That was her intent. Men, when they do control, they do it by fear. When women do it, they do it psychologically. They destroy the child's self-esteem so they can always have the child's ear. They create conflict with lies so they can be the mediator, the authority in the situation. Always keeping the ear, keeping the authority. Control, control, control. And then I went out and had children by a woman who came out that same environment. And she controlled the hell out of my children to this day. They are in responding to her programming. And before I deal with second generations, it goes from you won't see them again to you won't see me again. Nigga, I ain't got to know your ass exists. I'm not going through this. I fought to be in your life 12 or 13 damn years. I went to school and ate with y'all on Fridays. I made sure that those teachers, elementary school and whatnot, because I couldn't do it in middle school. The mother didn't put me on my records. So I got walked off the middle school campus by a damn police officer. But the principal at the elementary school, I'm not taking his name off. He needs to be this old school principal woman defended that for me. But when you go up to the school, see, it's two kind of parents: those who care and those who treat the school as a daycare. And if I'm up there talking to the teachers, they let me know there's not much infractioning. There's teachers that want to work with the children as they see the children working, the parents working with the children and the teachers. The cooperation. But we couldn't work together for the mother, co-parenting. Nah, she had to control everything because her daddy was a butterscotch bitch boy, so she had to go find no one. She did. Somebody she could control. So, yeah. And as you see how things duplicate generation behaviors, be careful of your behaviors. Whatever behavior you want to manifest, that's what you're going to have to live. You have to write that into your genetic code. This is the science of breeding and manifesting what you want. Now in this society, everything goes. I understood as a child I had to go back to why I went to the childhood thing. I knew I didn't have a father, so I seen my sisters dancing and stuff, the Prince or whatever. So I said I'm not supposed to like music. That's a girl thing. So I didn't like music until I was 12 years old. I was constantly seeking, what do a man do? What do a man do? If I was around a man that was up into college, I had a professor I liked, man, every day after college, I walk into his office. Every day. It was night school. I've been to the brother's house. So it was again, if I get some that information, brothers in the nation or something, I can get this observation. I learned a lot from brothers in the nation who was older than me. I learned people to attributes to copy, and I learned some nigga shit not to ever copy. Even the negativity I turned into a lesson. Mm-hmm. I had done this video by camcorder. It came out to be like, so many. I couldn't compress it or whatever. So I don't know when I'm talking. I say, did I say this already? Because I remember I had covered in that longer initial video that I couldn't, upload or whatever. Now I'm thinking I'm doing better because these are shorter bites of people's concentration levels. You know, you're in a society where ADHD and all that crap. You got to be entertained in every aspect of your life, and I'm not going to be too entertaining for you. I'm just here to deliver a message. And for those who want to do something with it, they can. Yeah. Yeah. That's it.